Hey, I'm Tyler.
And I'm Katie.
You're listening to Not-Stalgia. Kate, no funny tagline today. I would like you, if you would, to open your phone here, unlock your phone.
My phone?
Go on your phone.
My personal device.
Head to your browser, and I want you to type in
Okay.
wheelofscrooges.com.
Wheel, like all one word.
All one word, wheelofscrooges.com.
Are we paying for this domain?
Yes. Okay, what do you see?
I see a wheel of Scrooges, and it says, can't decide which version of A Christmas Carol to watch? Click the wheel to spin.
All right, Kate, so do you recognize anyone on the wheel? Can you really paint a picture here for our listeners?
So the Wheel of Scrooges has a bunch of different Scrooges. Some are animated, some are real people. Michael Caine's on there. Bill Murray is on there. Is that Yosemite Sam?
We watched that one already. We've seen it. You landed on that a few years ago.
Scrooge McDuck is on there.
Seen that.
A Flintstone is on there.
Flintstone.
A bunch of old white dudes are on there. And then an animated old white dude is on there. That's what it is. The Wheel of Scrooges.
So, Kate, this is our website now that anyone can go to. Listeners, head to wheelofscrooges.com if you want to play along. The only problem is, Kate, this is a full version of the wheel. You've already seen many of these. The list I pulled up here on my computer says you've seen 5 out of these already.
Wow.
For previous episodes of this podcast. And I was too lazy to make a second wheel just for you. So if you land on one we've already seen, we're just going to spin again. Yeah, if that's okay.
Can I tell the story of when you were making this? And trying to program the Wheel of Scrooges?
No, don't tell that. Yeah, of course.
So one day, it was like in July. Also, which just really adds to the weirdness. I looked over at Tyler's computer while I think I was trying to fall asleep, and you were like typing furiously. I was like, what is he typing? And I looked over and I saw the Wheel of Scrooges, but then you went to test it, and instead of spinning, the wheel just kind of like flattened into an oval, got big again, and then it just like flew away. Which
I was having
was not what it was designed to do.
It just wouldn't do what I wanted.
It was bizarre. I was like, why is the wheel floating away?
So I'm not a computer programmer, a coder. I'm none of that.
No.
Try as I might sometimes. And anyone who has listened to or watched our Cartoon Orbit episode will know. So I tried really hard. I was like, I'm going to do this the honest way. I'm going to read some tutorials. I'm going to teach myself how to do this. Because last year, I just made something that I can do is like simple graphic design work on a computer. I made like a little animation and you just had to pause it. That was the much more simple version. But I wanted a legit, honest-to-God wheel that you could click. It would spin. It would give you a link to IMDb. The whole thing. I wanted to launch this website. I've had this in mind. So I followed some tutorials and I just could not get it to behave the way I want it. So I shamefully did go to ChatGPT and had it help a lot and write a lot of this code, but the downside was it just would do crazy stuff if it was working 99% of the way, and I'm like, hey, it's spinning a little too fast. Could we make it so it like slows down realistically? It would be like, sure, and it would give me a new version of the code, and then yeah, it's exactly what you described. Because there's also like a parameter on it that makes it scale to whatever browser you're in, and that's what was causing it to like squish into an oval by accident. I was having a lot of trouble, so I eventually landed on a version that I'm pretty happy with. So Kate, without further ado, would you please do the honors and spin the wheel?
Spin the wheel. Here I go.
Let's hope we land on one.
Click the wheel to spin. It's going to spin when I do it. It's not going to turn into an oval and fly away.
I hope not. Let's see.
Oh, it's spinning.
It's spinning. It goes pretty fast.
Oh, it's sickeningly fast.
But it will slow down.
Whoa.
All right.
The Stingiest Man in Town.
Yes, we haven't seen this
from
one.
1978.
All right.
Oh, and it's got a link on it.
Brings you right to IMDb.
Wow.
Amazing. I'm so happy with this.
This is nice. This is like a real website.
Right? wheelofscrooges.com. After all these years, this is going to put us on the map, on the podcasting map. What did it land on this time? Same thing?
No, Flintstone's Christmas Carol.
Maybe next year. Okay, Kate, the Stingiest Man in Town. Ready?
Yeah, I am actually. I'm ready.
Okay. So, Kate, from 1955 to 1957, NBC aired a TV show called The Alcoa Hour.
Alcoa Hour?
Alcoa was a company that made aluminum products. And you know how there was like Colgate Toothpaste Hour, you know, all that stuff. So there was this anthology show called The Alcoa Hour, right, in the mid-50s. And on December 23rd, 1956, The Alcoa Hour had an episode called The Stingiest Man in Town. It was a musical adaptation of A Christmas Carol, starring Basil Rathbone, who's very famous for playing Sherlock Holmes in movies. He's like the guy who played Sherlock Holmes, where we get that image of like the sort of lanky Sherlock Holmes with the deerstalker hat and the pipe, right? Like, you've seen him or a caricature of him. So he starred in this obscure 1956 Alcoa Hour musical Christmas Carol, right?
Uh-huh.
So for some reason, Rankin Bass, our old friends Rankin and Bass, they decided that they were going to make, in 1978, 22 years after that one-time obscure TV special aired, they were going to make an animated version of this. So it is an adaptation of this Alcoa Hour live-action adaptation.
Huh.
Kind of weird and bizarre, but that's where it came from. I don't know what made them decide to do that.
Capitalism?
Yeah, sure, but it's very specific.
The free market?
It's so specific. I just don't know where they got the idea. So this version, the animated version we're going to watch today, is written by Romeo Muller, but also Charles Dickens gets a writing credit because it's so adapted, as we've seen with many of these adaptations. A lot of times we're getting line-for-line quotes. It was directed by Jules Bass, Arthur Rankin Jr., and Katsuhisa Yamada, right? Because you always have the animators in Japan working on these Rankin Bass specials, sometimes uncredited at the time, but credited now. And the cast. We got Walter Matthau as the voice of Ebenezer Scrooge.
Huh.
Tom Bosley is here as a little animated character who's going to be helping us narrate, named B.A.H. Humbug Esquire. There's not a lot of other extremely recognizable names. Paul Frees as some of the ghosts. This special aired on NBC on December 23rd, 1978. Literally 22 years to the day that the Basil Rathbone live-action version aired. Huh. So, without further ado, are you ready to check out Rankin Bass's attempt, their 2D attempt? Don't get excited. You're not going to see any little puppets, but their 2D attempt at not just A Christmas Carol, but specifically The Stingiest Man in Town.
Sure. Hook me up.
So weird not to use the extremely recognizable name, right?
I abominate old St. Nick. His reckless spending makes me sick. I think St. Nick's a lunatic. When you say old St. Nicholas, I say bosh!
Oh, don't be angry, Uncle. Come dine with us tomorrow.
Christmas dinner, what a repugnant, revolting institution.
I already hate this, just from the thumbnail. This is like everything is off-brand here, right? It's like they're not even singing a real Christmas carol. They're like, holly-ho, holly-ho. Okay, so here's some kind of vermin.
Yeah, it's Tom Bosley. He's a humbug.
Like, he looks like something you would call the Orkin man to deal with, right? Like, I got a lot of humbugs in my house. Please come get them out. All right, so we're starting with the frame story of, like, he's the most generous and wonderful man in town, but he wasn't always this way.
Wow, they're spoiling the end for us.
God, the animation in this is just so bad.
Really bad. But this restoration is absolutely beautifully done with love and care. I'm fascinated. There are so many much more deserving things that have not been restored. So the songs so far, what do you think?
The lyrics aren't great.
Walter Matthau.
R.I.P.
What's his name on The Odd Couple? He's the dirty one.
Oh, okay, we're moving. Love this.
Yeah, right?
This is moving very quickly.
Scrooge is already asleep and seeing Marley.
Seeing Marley, yeah, which is incredible.
We've been watching for like 2 minutes.
If this was your introduction to A Christmas Carol, I could see why you wouldn't like it, you know? So now we're doing the opening credits, which is kind of a confusing choice, but sure. It's a nice, like, matte painted London, right? You got, like, the Tower of London, London Bridge. They're just zooming over it. Buckingham Palace. That's nice.
There's the interesting trivia. I don't know
if the smog that blanketed the entire town in the 70s.
I don't know if we've ever mentioned this on these Rankin Bass episodes, but like Topcraft Studios, like the Japanese animation company, they were basically subcontracting. Most of the people who worked there went on to become Studio Ghibli. Ghibli.
Giblets?
Studio Ghibli.
Studio Giblets.
Studio Ghibli, the most like acclaimed anime company ever. So there's lots
Studio Giblets.
There's lots of YouTube like video essays that are like, is Rankin Bass, is Frosty the Snowman anime? You know.
Here's London. Really a lot of rolling fog that they've drawn in there.
Yeah, look how dirty that snow is. That snowman is gray.
Now we're going to break for a commercial about Quaaludes. Like, what are they selling these days? They had to, like, write their own Christmas carols.
It's terrible. Wait, did we just go backwards in time already?
Yeah.
So I think you're... the thing you were gonna praise...
That it was short.
It's rapid pace. We've now stopped after seeing Marley's Ghost for a second, done a really long, boring opening credits, and now we're back at the office with Bob Cratchit.
Bob Cratchit is like touching that bug. Don't touch that bug, Bob. Your son is sick. Stop touching vermin.
I love Fred. I always love Fred.
The original songs in this are really, really bad. I think Uncle Scrooge is drinking under his desk, maybe.
What, his red nose is... Do you think Rankin Bass was just like, all right, what has given us success in the past? I know, red noses.
Yeah.
Bah Humbug has a little red nose, too. But Scrooge looks ill. Like, it looks like an open sore.
Like a boil.
Yeah.
This is like some of the worst original song stuff I've seen in a while.
I don't know the answer. Like, is the 50s version the exact same?
But the music in this is very 50s, right?
Maybe just NBC owned that because they were the ones who aired it, so they could use it all for free.
Why are all the men in this built like an egg?
They all have like round middles and little skinny legs, right?
They all look like Humpty Dumptys.
Is he gonna rhyme Dumbug with Humbug? Yeah, these guys all look like Dr. Robotnik.
Uncle Scrooge has got to stop watching so much Fox News, you know?
Why do you think Fred even bothers with Scrooge? Is he just waiting for an inheritance?
Possibly, or I think, generationally, like, people have stopped maybe investing so much time in, like, people, whether they're relatives or not, who bring them no joy.
So you think Fred it's just
I think it's a familial
social
obligation.
Norms, yeah. Yeah, if it was 2024, Fred would be like, I'm going no contact with my evil uncle.
This is an interesting character trait about Scrooge in this one, though, that he's like, I'm so poor, I can't afford to pay you on Christmas, Bob Cratchit. And Bob Cratchit's like, oh, it's okay, don't pay me on Christmas, I'll come work for free.
What bootlicking.
Yeah. Well, and also, like, what a dick Scrooge is,
yeah,
right?
Manipulative. He's the stingiest man in town. This is the song they named the whole special after. I like how evil Scrooge is here. He's like, I'm so glad Marley's dead, so I don't have to split the profits.
Here's like a bunch of animals that no one asked for to join a musical number.
Like some like feral dogs and cats and rats.
Poorly animated.
This is some pretty ugly designs. Like, guys, maybe we should stick to the stop motion.
All these characters look so 70s, and I just can't figure out why, right?
The dogs and cats, though, are like, when he dies, no one's going to be upset. Yeah, wait a minute. You don't think it's cool when these street animals are singing about how bad Scrooge is, but you're fine with it when it's like cabbages and stuff and the Muppets?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's just such a better song,
Oh,
right?
sure. Yes. I'll agree with you there. Is Scrooge like stiffing contractors and stuff in this version?
Oh, I'm sure.
Huh.
I'm sure he's refusing to pay overtime, like someone else we know. Yeah, they just kept rhyming stingy with stingy.
Wasn't great. Let's see if the door knocker will be as nightmare-inducing. Doubtful. We really goofed up by watching Muppet Christmas Carol, our first ever Not-Stalgia Christmas. I know we say it every year. It's kind of scary.
It's not as scary. Here's my question. We live in London here. Why did we get Walter Matthau?
Because Rankin Bass is based in America, I guess. Even though they've outsourced every other thing that they claim makes them unique.
His regular door knocker is scary.
We're still not caught up to where this started with him seeing Marley. Brutal.
I just can't be scared of a man who's built like an egg.
Even the ghosts.
I just feel like maybe Scrooge should do like a light course of psychedelics, you know?
Isn't that what's happening here from a modern lens? Time dilation. Had major
hallucinations,
metaphysical revelations while hallucinating in his bedroom. No one's done that yet? You should write that. That sounds like a perfect 2024 update. He microdoses on some mushrooms or something. People would love that. You could perform that at a black box theater. People would go.
You know, it feels like we just spun the Wheel of Scrooges, and here we are again.
Do you remember what you watched last year? I don't.
No.
Oh, no. It was the classic. It was like the 30s one. We went all the way back.
Oh, yeah.
It was good. The one we watched from the 30s, I actually really liked. What makes people think they should try writing songs for this? Although, again, the Muppets were able to do it in the 90s, so I'm glad they risked it for the biscuit.
I feel like sometimes you take a big swing, and sometimes it's a miss. This is a miss, if you're wondering.
The extremely ugly designs are growing on me. I kind of like when they like zoom in on Marley's face and he's just like really weird looking.
That's because you watched a lot of Ren and Stimpy growing up.
Ooh, here's a whole graveyard full of ghosts. That's interesting. Never seen that before. An entire cemetery of ghosts screaming for Scrooge to repent. That's cool.
Is it?
That's some good imagery.
All right, it's fine.
You must admit. Look, Bah Humbug's here.
Oh.
You think Gonzo is fine? He fills the exact same role.
Now the Ghost of Christmas Past is here. And it's just an old man who looks like he's stumbled out of a Fish concert in a robe with a glowing crown upon his head.
His head is just shooting out light.
And he's very small. He's a short king. Look at him. Nothing will ever beat that scary f***ing ghost puppet from the Muppet Christmas Carol. I'm sorry. I can't stop talking about it because it is the definitive Christmas Carol.
Even Dickens, I think, if he could have lived to see it, would agree. What's this called in therapy when they make you do this?
What?
Isn't there a name for this? They make you regress and pretend you're in the room.
Is Scrooge just doing EMDR?
Yeah, right?
He doesn't have PTSD, though. He's just an asshole.
Isn't he traumatized from the breakup of this relationship? Which he caused?
Scrooge's wife looks super anime right now. Her huge anime eyes.
They just couldn't.
They put the one weeb guy, the weebiest guy who couldn't take direction.
They're like, we have to make this look like Victorian era England. Yeah, it's like when a middle schooler is like drawing, they have to draw like one of the presidents and they draw them like this.
Yep, a president with huge anime eyes.
Okay, so young Scrooge wants to live in a tacky house where everything is gold inside. Yes. I can't believe Scrooge let his anime waifu slip from between his fingers, you know?
He probably has her on a pillow. Maybe if Scrooge got a beautiful anime waifu pillow, then he wouldn't be like this.
Just Scrooge's, like, bed chamber, but there's just one of those, like, long, tall body pillows with the waifu printed on it. Oh, man. I'm gonna get you a pillow with Scrooge on it. When they break up, is she gonna, like, run away and, like, Naruto run away while like the background turns into like a Sailor Moon sparkle? Sometimes when we watch like children's movies from the 90s, you like to point out how the flawed premise is like a kid's like, I wish dad would be home more, but like dad needs to provide for the family. Isn't that what Scrooge is doing here?
It is, but they don't have any kids, you know? Like,
he's trying to provide.
Wanting to be financially secure before you get married. I get that. But he seems pretty he's like a small business owner, you know? Like, right. I think his expectations are unrealistic. Right. Like, he wants to have a fortune before he gets married.
Right. They're doing fine.
Yeah. His little anime waifu's looking tired and sad. Here's like a soft rock bossa nova, right?
I will admit, I don't know which songs are beat for beat from the 50s and which are from this.
I love in media when people imagine what them having children will be like, and it's just a boy and a girl who look exactly like the heterosexual couple, which is just so funny. Like, why?
Right. Oh, Scrooge, you can dry your tears with money.
The waifu pillow. Look, she's really running.
They just do the wave?
We got the great wave from Hokusai.
Have we ever seen Scrooge's fiance old?
No.
Right? That was interesting.
She probably dies of TB in the the OG version.
Yeah.
Like, literally everyone, almost.
For just a second here, though, we got to see what she might look like while Scrooge is old.
And God forbid a woman be unmarried.
What'd she do for the rest of her life? I've literally never even considered it.
She probably married someone better looking.
This ghost is pretty consistent among all versions.
Old white zaddy, right?
He's kind of like Santa Claus-esque.
He's giving me some Santa vibes. So all these ornaments have now become sentient, and they're dancing off the tree. That's terrifying.
I feel like they're also 70s ornaments, not 1860s ornaments.
So this Ghost of Christmas Present just keeps shooting things with his magical Christmas torch, but he's literally launching fireballs at people and things. So now Scrooge has shrunk down to the size of a Christmas ornament and is hanging out with Christmas ornaments? What's he going to learn from this?
The little bunny rabbit ornaments also kind of have an anime thing going on.
Oh, yeah. Who's that snake? The Ghost of Christmas Present just, like, threw them out the window, and now he's shooting them with his cornucopia torch. You know the Ghost of Christmas Present's not wearing anything under that robe. You know he's completely nude under there.
That's why Scrooge's face just looked like that.
He kind of looks like the late Chris Christopherson, R.I.P.
Here's the Cratchit house.
You ever just think, like, wouldn't it be nice if Emily Cratchit also got to go to church and participate in their religion?
She had to cook. Does Tiny Tim have a robot leg?
No, what?
Look at his leg.
It's in a brace, Tyler.
Oh, I thought he might have a prosthetic.
All these children were just like, boo, Mr. Scrooge. All the Cratchit children look a little off, right?
Yeah, they're just...
Like, maybe Bob and Emily are, like, first cousins, you know?
Look at their little tree. This is very upsetting.
Scrooge is like, oh, do I have to listen to these pores?
Yeah, I thought for a second Tiny Tim had a cool, like, robotic anime leg.
If you watched any version of The Christmas Carol and you're not cool with, like, socialized medicine...
Hey, when did the UK get socialized medicine? They're saying that they can't afford the proper doctors for it. I mean, this is literally the 1800s. Yeah. So I guess not yet.
All right, so Tiny Tim just tripped on a stool and fell over.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's too late. His leg exploded.
The National Health Service was founded in 1948.
They've really worked Santa into this, too, which is...
Oh, yeah. There's no Santa in The Christmas Carol ever, right? Now we're doing, does Tiny Tim believe in Santa or not? Can Santa bring him a new leg?
I mean, I think it's okay to lie to Tiny Tim because, like, he's not going to live to realize that there is no Santa.
He'll never experience the betrayal of finding out that they lied to him.
Absolutely.
Kate, I didn't know you were so twisted and dark.
What?
So they're making it very obvious that
Also, the Ghost of Christmas Presents robe is cut so low in the front, it basically goes down to his navel. It's a really deep V, all the way down to his belly button, a la Jennifer Lopez at the Grammys in like 2000.
They've now made it very overt and dressed him like Santa too, with a similarly deep V robe.
Can we do a Who Wore It Better on on Instagram?
Maybe. Doesn't that make our Instagram kind of sexy though?
That's fine. We can do the Santa first.
They've dressed him like Santa in case we couldn't figure it out. We're literally singing a song about Santa. It's got kind of a ballady sound to it. Remember, this is the same Rankin Bass that literally put Santa into Here Comes Peter Cottontail. So I think there might have been a mandate at the company to work him in. Is he in The Mouse and the Mayflower? We'll find out next November.
As long as we're not in the smoldering ruins of the United States.
All right. Can't wait to see Fred and his girlfriend, fiance.
Yeah. Clara. Come on, Tyler.
Talk Scrooge. Biggest piece of shit I know.
I love that Fred's wife, Clara, is like, eat the rich. She's like, I have no compassion for the rich. What's he doing? Look, there's like a picture of him.
Yeah, there's a portrait of Scrooge in the background at Fred's house.
Nephew Fred's doing a toast, and he's like, to Uncle Scrooge, may he someday know that I love him. Oh, we're working in Jesus, too. Wow, we got Santa and Jesus.
This is an incredible Christmas special. They've checked every box. Wow.
Oh, here's this f***ing termite to sing about the nativity.
He's small enough to fit into the mini nativity.
God, I would crush this thing under my boot.
If he started evangelizing like this. Not only do you have a bug, but it's like, have you heard of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
You know I don't suffer an insect to live in my house. Remember the time we saw one mouse in our house in 8 years, almost 9 years, and we went nuclear. We bought like 8 traps.
We were recording The Mask, the Jim Carrey mask, when that happened. I have the audio somewhere.
We went out like 9:30 p.m. to Lowe's to buy just absolutely nuclear mouse traps, the expensive ones. And did we catch them within 6 hours? Yeah, we did. So if this thing was in my house, you best believe it would not be in here for long.
You'd go, Tyler, get that! And I'd try to get it in a cup. You'd be like, no, get it, end its life.
All right, so now we're looking at like a scary stained glass of the Visitation of the Three Kings.
But
it's like that 70s stained glass that you see in weird churches built in like 1970 and later. It's like interpretive stained glass. Not good.
This special is only 50 minutes long, and we have taken a detour from the story to do a Santa song. Now we're doing a Jesus song. I'm impressed.
Because obviously Tyler Santa Jesus is the reason for the season.
Are they trying to draw a parallel between Tiny Tim and the Christ Child?
Kind of interesting. A weird choice.
Is that always supposed to be there? Because Dickens poignantly never mentions Jesus. Actually, he might. I haven't read it in a while.
What do you think Scrooge smells like?
He's rich, so he could afford a bath, but he's stingy, so maybe he doesn't get a bath all the time. I know he's being ironic, but the Ghost of Christmas Present being like, what's one little boy's life? We didn't get the surplus population line. They didn't have the courage.
They had the courage to show off the Ghost of Christmas Present's entire décolletage and tummy, but not to say, if he's going to die, he better do it and decrease the surplus population. I refuse to believe this. Yeah, like, don't you think if you watched A Christmas Carol in any iteration growing up, and you're against eliminating childhood poverty, because that's the solution, that's the fix. I'm just saying, that's the f***ing fix for almost everything.
Yeah, if you're rooting for somebody to veto free lunches for kids.
Yeah, or eliminate a child tax credit. Fixing childhood poverty would fix a lot of our things within a generation. So if you watch this and you're against it, write in and tell me what's wrong with you.
Ghost of Christmas Present, you see his whole chest. For a guy with so much beard, he has...
Oh, they went for it.
Oh, they did say the surplus population. Good. But Scrooge didn't say it. But look at his chest. No hair. Not a single hair on his chest.
I think he waxes. He's only alive for 24 hours, Tyler. It's got to look good.
The One Little Boy song. I don't know if you'll remember it, but if you do, what's worse, the songs in this or the songs in Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol?
Ooh.
I'm all alone in the world.
They both suck. Are they similar era?
Yeah. Ringle Wrangle, coins how they jangle.
I'm going to say that in Mr. Magoo's Christmas, they didn't rhyme stingy with stingy, so that was probably good. The Ghost of Christmas Future in this looks like a Scooby-Doo villain, right?
Yes. No, it's me. This is really fast, right? The Ghost of Christmas Future. It was like 3 seconds long.
And honestly, shouldn't the Ghost of Christmas Future be a little more significant? Because I feel like that's like the final...
Yeah, that's the whole...
That's the kick in the pants that's like, okay, I should probably be nice, but like, oh... I'm going to die soon.
Yeah.
And I need to leave a legacy that's like...
Look, his tombstone transformed into literal Satan. This version, though, they stretched out the present one a lot, and he was having some big realizations then. So they gave him more time to realize stuff there while he was in Fred's house. If I were that bug, I would not hide in Scrooge's slipper. You are extremely likely to be squished by accident.
This is like Jiminy Cricket's whacked out cousin who lives in the woods who you don't talk to.
Just once I'd like a version to be realistic. He wakes up and is like, oh, thank God, I don't have to do any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
I had a weird dream, but...
Right back to being an asshole.
I refuse to change anything that I'm doing.
If an old man like Ebenezer Scrooge was screaming out of his window, what day is it? I think we might want to send social services over to just check on his mental acuity. Manic Scrooge is here. What are the odds this boy that he gives the money to would just like run away with the money and never come back? Oh no. None of this happy holidays. I learned about Jesus in my dream.
Oh no, he went full boomer. He was like, everyone's too busy to say Merry Christmas. No one says it. You literally were crowing about how much you f***ing hated Christmas yesterday.
Last night.
Not 8 hours ago.
This whole story is a good example of why you should never stay up past midnight, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Nothing good happens.
It is Christmas Day.
Yeah, why is this toy store open? I like that the turkey still has its head. Like, it's just very realistic. Like, yeah, this is what it looks like. Tiny Tim, Santa did not give this to you. Scrooge did. Ebenezer Scrooge is your Santa. Although, you know what? Santa really could use Rudolph in this smogged up version of London.
Right. All right, so in this version, Scrooge just drops off like a big turkey and some gifts and stuff. And then leaves,
well, he's over
before they're awake to hang out with his family.
Yeah, he's at Fred's now.
But, like, he doesn't then acknowledge, like, okay, I'm going to pay for Tiny Tim's medical expenses, pay your mortgage on this house, right? He just shows up with some gifts and leaves. I feel like Bob Cratchit is so scared, right? Like,
he's gonna leave here and be like, I don't know if that was real. Like, is he really raising my salary?
Well, I don't know, Bob Cratchit, but surely leaving the door open to your shop is not good for the electric bill.
The coal heating bill.
And then Scrooge went bankrupt the next year because he stopped collecting mortgages on time.
Never mind. Capitalism is king.
Heaven should be his boss? Separation of church and state, sir.
This roast looks disgusting.
It's like a bubblegum on a bone.
Why is it so pink on the outside? Is it even cooked?
He's feeding all the stray animals now.
Bad idea.
That's not good. Once they get a taste of meat, they're going to kill Tiny Tim. He can't run away.
Even Bah Humbug's drinking wine. Look, he's got a little tiny thimble of wine. You're telling me that a man like Scrooge, who has not taken care of his body at all, can hold Tiny Tim on his shoulder like this? Oh, my rotator cuff.
There's no reason we can't be married. Don't you love me, Ebenezer Scrooge?
More than the world. But I'd rather wait till I was more secure financially.
No, you young fool.
Don't say those things, dear. You frighten me.
All right, here I am, sitting through another absolutely mediocre version of A Christmas Carol when I could be watching the definitive Christmas Carol with Muppets.
Oh, don't lie. First of all, we are recording this in October to pull back the curtain.
You want to fight?
And we will watch the Muppets with our nieces and nephew, your mom. You know, we'll watch it then. We always do. When we put up the tree
I'm just saying,
house.
there's just not, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to waste my life watching this.
So are you saying no one out there should waste their time going to wheelofscrooges.com and spinning the wheel?
You can go to wheelofscrooges.com, but just spin it until it lands on a Muppet Christmas Carol. Just like cheat a little.
Should I rig one up that just lands in the Muppet version? So like if you and your family were disagreeing, but you really wanted to watch the Muppets, you'd be like, how about we do this? And then you click on it and it does it. Look, I'm not going to say it's pointless to watch this. I mean, I guess it is a little, but I for one enjoy expanding my world and enriching my life by seeing all the different year-by-year Scrooges, you know? We've covered this before, but it does get a little tiresome. If they don't do something really clever and different.
Yeah. Like, I can only watch so many iterations of the actual Christmas Carol.
The novelty.
And this is not good.
Right. There's no novelty here other than the bad songs. The novelty of, say, a Fred Flintstone, I think, will be enough to carry me through. I can't speak for you. Did I ever tell you how, oh my god, it's a comment on one of our YouTube videos on the Not-Stalgia YouTube. It's like, why does the female presenter not like the Flintstones? It's probably Cartoon Orbit, because we're picking the backgrounds and you're like, the Flintstones. And like, it's just an offhand comment. It's just somebody on YouTube. They're not upset, but they're just like, why does she not like Flintstones? Please explain.
This female presenter doesn't like a lot of things.
That's like the elevator pitch, including for Not-Stalgia.
A long outro. So go watch the Muppet Christmas Carol. Don't waste your time with this. unless you like 70s animation and really awful songwriting.
Yeah, you have to be a Rankin Bass, like...
diehard.
Completionist, you know? Yeah, but this is their 2D. If this was the same crappy script and music, but it was stop motion, I, for one, would have enjoyed it more, yeah. All right. Well, go to wheelofscrooges.com, spin the wheel. Tell your friends, tell your family. We're not making any money. I don't know why I even want you to go there, anybody, but just the satisfaction. Knowing that people are spinning the wheel will bring me joy.
Will it?
Yeah,
that's
weirdly.
Cute.
I don't know why. That's not good. Something's broken in my brain. All right.
Go.
Go, go, go.